Guys, Glenn here from FG Landscaping. I thought I'd do a video today, guys, on reality versus expectation of owning a gardening business. I suppose this can also be used as for setting up any business. So a few things I want to touch on today is, when you set up a new gardening business, the expectation is that you'll be flush with work. You will get work easily. This couldn't be far from the truth, guys, to be honest. Like the gardening business is a very, very saturated market. The barrier to entry is very low. Any man and dog can get in, can start a gardening business and try and work from there. That means, unfortunately, the competition is extremely stiff. You can even go onto Google Business and you can check in your own area how many garden or landscape businesses are within your vicinity, and you'll be shocked at just how many exist. These are just one of the harsh realities of trying to operate and run a successful gardening business. The truth is, it's difficult to get work. It really is hard. And that's unfortunately the harsh truth. Another thing that's also worth noting is that just because you're great at your craft, you're a great botanist, you know everything, you're good at what you do, that unfortunately, guys, doesn't also either guarantee success. Yes, it's great. Passion and drive is also, of course, very well and good, but it does not mean that it's a certified formula for success. It's just the truth. A lot of the very successful gardeners that I know, or landscapers that I know, in fact, are not the great botanists. They're not particularly amazing gardeners, but they are pretty shrewd businessmen, and they know how to get work. And that is one thing that you will have to figure out when you do set up your own gardening business, or any business, in fact, is being able to handle that. Another thing to note and to comment on, guys, is the financial aspects of running your own business, in particular a gardening business. You will need to figure out, guys, how you want to plan and get paid for work. This can be a big thing, and it can cause lots of issues. Even trying to get paid sometimes, guys, from jobs, it can be difficult. If you do any commercial work, you'll know that invoices are paid after a few weeks, and it can take a while. You have to plan accordingly, your own cash flow and finances to see through until the next paycheck comes in. It can be difficult to try and balance that. Of course, then you have the regular residential domestic customers that you can have difficulties with trying to deal with and trying to get paid off. That's where you need to make sure you try and put in place a fail safe, where if someone does have that difficulty and pain, how can you make it a bit easier so you are not left out of pocket. And that's where, if you are doing any bigger scale jobs, make sure you do look for a deposit, depending on the value of the job, but I would say a minimum of 30%. And if it is a cash job, if it is a residential domestic work, you make sure the person is going to pay you on the day. Is personally how I would deal with it. Any long-term residential domestic customers that I have, yes, we do pay monthly, but if it's a one-off job or if it's something that is sporadic, then I would make sure that it's known that you want payment after you complete the job. Do not leave this to the customer to pay you or by transfer, as you may never see that money. Another reality, guys, is employees. Dealing with employees and managing employees are probably the biggest heartache you're going to have if your business gets to a point in time where you're scaling to having staff. I remember seeing a quote one time that a successful business is a business that has no staff. In terms of the person owns the business and dealing with staff, it can be quite tough and quite that comes with a whole sets of issues. So that's again something that you'll have to prepare for and deal with. But I think, guys, a few recaps is the fact that, as I said, the gardening business is it has a very low barrier to entry. A lot of people can get in, even with necessarily a bit of the skills or the background, the qualifications, etc. They can set up a business and they can be out there promoting themselves. that does swamp the market with competition, and unfortunately it makes it a lot harder for you to try and go out and actually get work. As I said, the work part of it is also difficult. You know, you can go about setting up a website, you can go about getting ads out, but that does not always guarantee you're going to actually get any work from it. That could take longer, and it can be a long road sometimes, guys. So after all that negativity, unfortunately, that I have to bear, do I have any positives? I do. So some tips that I would recommend for you to do, if you are also thinking of setting up your own garden business, or if you are currently running a garden business, is that marketing, guys. This is the most important thing. A great salesperson, you need to be able to sell yourself. You need to be able to sell your product, your business, and that will ultimately make the business successful. You need to be able to send, you know, you need to be able to try and meet the right people, build those connections, build those bridges, and ultimately try and secure that extra work. And some ways you can do that, of course, is making sure you have a correctly built set of website with the correct SEO, with the correct ads. Make sure you are on and utilizing all social media platforms. You know, YouTube, of course, one, but Facebook, you make sure you also have a Facebook business page. Make sure you are also part of your local groups in your own area. You know, you can advertise in your local shopping centres. You can, there's a lot of stuff you can do in terms of commercial work. A lot of residential work, domestic work finishes at the end of the growing season. That's where you need to try and get that commercial work. That commercial work will see you right through, as they are generally 12-month contracts. So you are paid the same for the winter as you are for the summer, except in the winter you're only probably doing 1 visit or 2 visits per month, but you still pick up the same paycheck at the end of the month. For that work, guys, depending on where you live in Ireland here, there's a few different things where we can contact businesses and properties, premises that have, you know, gardens, have areas, and you can apply directly, see if they're looking for a quote. If you're looking for public tenders, you'd go onto the e-tender website and you'd submit your quote. That can be difficult, guys. You need a lot of requirements and you have to meet a lot of standards in order to be able to compete with some of the big boys in the field. But ultimately, guys, if you are good at sales and you're good at promoting yourself, that is extremely key here. Of course, guys, you know, it is like anything though. If you are passionate and driven, you will certainly put more effort in. And if you are good at what you do, then ultimately when you do get that job, you know, word of mouth will spread and people will see your work and they will contact you in that way. But do not let anybody fool you, guys, on the internet or anywhere else that, you know, trying to build a gardening business is easy, or it can be an overnight success. Some companies do become successful, yes, but unfortunately an awful lot of businesses fail, and that is the harsh reality of this type of business or any new business. But so, guys, that's really pretty much the few things I want to touch on today. I don't want to make this video too long. I could literally go on for God knows how long, but if there is anything specific that you want me to touch on and talk about relating to my business, I'm happy to divulge that information and share it with everybody. Please do like, subscribe and follow, guys. As I said to you, we're starting this channel and we're going to share more information over the next coming weeks and months, and we're hopefully going to make it grow. And I do have a lot of very cool, interesting stuff that's going to show up in the next few weeks. Equipment review wise, it's going to be pretty good. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all on the other side.